Good morning, West Stone Drive. We are in Kingsport, Tennessee, getting ready to head into, you guessed it, Walmart. Let's run in here, guys, and let's see if they got anything. We still got the Star Wars display here, and hey, they've got Count Dooku. That's not a bad likeness to Christopher Lee, in all honesty. Barcode, we've seen what now? R2, this one, Cody. I can't remember the other one. Nothing else really changed this little display. They sold a lot of Lego sets. Well, not that one, but a couple, well, one of those. Anywho, we got some more Star Wars here, so let's get down the toy aisle, see what else they got. Toy aisle, what do we got today? Got a bunch of the same old Simpsons figures we see everywhere at Walmart. John Moxley down there. Looks like only one NWO set, some mixed in back there. Walmart exclusive AEWs. I got all kinds of 116. Let's see if they might have pairs like Alexis King, Common Orton, AJ. Now this is the store last week that had AJ marked down to like $10. Another Common Orton, AJ, Common Orton, AJ, another Alexis King, AJ, Common Orton, and AJ. Well, no Pillman. Anything up there? Don't look like anything worth a crap. Strutting, that's British Beefcake. Still no new superstars. Still want to see the new ones. LA Knight Styles and Styles, Jane Styles. A bunch of Lex Lugers, and they have a Final Boss Rock. Got Richard Marx blaring on the radio. Wherever you go, whatever you do, he will be right there, waiting for you. No legends except for the evergreens there. You got one Spidey and a bunch of caps. Got retro card gears. Same old stuff on Transformers. Listen at me, same old stuff. This is a big restock here, what, a month ago? Now already dismissing in his old stuff. How quickly the cycles go. What have we got over here in the video game before we get too far past it? Got the repaint, repackages of the Zelda and Link. I see Samus's card back there. Axel. No new Genesis figures. They got a pretty good amount of Sonic 3 like everybody else has had. Mascot Tails. Supersonic. Knuckles. Supersonic Tails. Supersonic. Knuckles. Okay. What is that? One Piece? What is that? Yeah, One Piece blind bags, okay. Legends, wherever you go, whatever you do, there's no new toys here, makes me want to boo-hoo. Tri-Fighter, TIE Striker, that one's cool. And, oh, we got one of the rares. Man, I have seen this thing a buttload of times. Mace Windu's Jedi Starfighter. It's still cool to see one, though. Man, the last wave that was out, they had the one in 15,000. I think I saw most of the 15,000. Those are all over the place here. There's Sexy Kong. Got one of the Retro Turtles. This guy, Beach Bum Mikey. This doesn't look familiar. Is he new? There's Ray Fillet. I did see the knight's kind of cool. Or I guess it's a samurai, it's not a knight, is it? Alright, what else? Some more Kong and Godzilla. We'll see what they got here, guys. There's the Surfer Sting again. I've seen him 3 times now in the last little while. Oh, my camera looks blurry. Let me see if I can fix that. I guess that's better. I don't know. There is Jay White Common. Oh, there's the Chase. So we've now seen both Chases in this way. We saw the Sting at the Bristol Walmart. Now you got the 1 of 5,000 Jay White here at this Walmart. So we'll definitely take a picture of that. And you got Will Ospreay back there and One-Eyed Bryan Danielson. So there we go. That's cool. AEW Chase figures. Well, that's fun to see. We got anything else down through here? Kind of looks about the same. There wasn't anything in the trading cards. Of course, we're going to check collectors to see if we might can track down a platinum Jim Gordon. All right, guys. Well, let's get some pictures of a Chase AEW figure, and then we'll head back to diecast and collectors. All right, guys. I'm here at the West Stone. They do have those boxes of Multiverse over there. I probably put them in the picture them in the thumbnail or something, but the lady's over there. She can't put them on the shelf right now. There's no room. Long story short, they got two common Gordons, the Hal Jordan, armored Hal Jordan, a Jade, a Batman. Is a Jade, Batman, Hal Jordan, two Gordons, maybe two Batmen. I don't know. Anyways, no Platinum Gordon. That sucks. But one thing, check this out. Blind boxes of the Silver Screen Universal Monsters. That is pretty sweet. They're $15 a piece, so we're not going to buy that. Oh, these are Super 7. Does Super 7 make these little blind boxes? I was thinking it was somebody else. I don't know. Anyways, these are tempting to buy because of what the characters there, but yeah, I'm not paying $15 for these, but fun little blind box. Maybe they'll hit the $5 clearance like the other ones did. But yeah, we do have those. So let's go look around see if we can find anything else. Right down there is the open McFarlane box, guys. We tried to look in, or we'd actually looked in. Like I said, unfortunately, there is no Gordon in there. There is your stuff. Jade, Batman, Bizarro. Okay, he's the other one. So yeah, we're not going to take those out because she don't have space on the shelf for them, but she was good enough to let me look in the box. So Ollie's in Johnson City, Tennessee. I did not come to this location last weekend, so let's run in here and check at this one, see if they got anything. All right, see what Ollie's has. Got some turtle stuff there, the Bop It and Donatello. Little Nubs figure. Young Jedi Adventures. We're on the board game aisle. We're starting over here where the obscure things seem to hide. Remote Control B is awesome. Kamek. Toys and Games. Hot Tub High Dive. Mars Rover. That's actually kind of cool. Wood paint kit. Anything hiding over here figure-wise? Don't see anything. We'll check the end cap once we get down the other aisle. Well, I have to turn the camera off. Got here in the aisle, guys. Guess there's some young'uns running around. Sudoku, some cheap stuff. I don't think there's anything down this aisle. No outdoor toys, no action figures. Oh, wait, I walked right past. I almost missed them. Can you believe that? There is Indy from The Last Crusade. Awesome. This is the one I was looking for. Man, are they going to have the Grail Knight, or is that all Indy? They've got three Indies. Well, there's one of the two I was looking for. Now I've got Last Crusade Indy to go with. Oh, that was cut in the middle, so I'm going to open it anyways. Doesn't matter. Man, they don't have that knight hanging around. I can't believe I've almost overlooked what I actually came here for. That's kind of sad. Kind of sad. Of course, I always usually walk the toy. I am going to get another one. I don't like that slitting in the middle. There we go. That one's in good shape. Last Crusade Indy. They only had the Grail Knight. Whitechapel buddy, I must have to holler at you for that Grail Knight. I'm just going to take one. I know I'm wasting a lot of time here, guys. I'm sorry. Just making sure he's not hiding around here. Almost walked right past that. That is so sad. I'll take pictures of that for thumbnail fodder when we get done. Because I am going back down this aisle without the camera in my hand. And look. Star Wars, Young Jedi stuff. There's some Fright features. Got our big Marvel Legends end cap. Perceptor. Got some Transformers bleeding in with them now. Still got a buttload of Captain Carters. That's actually a decent figure, in my humble opinion. What do we got over here? Hot Wheels skates. Eternal stuff. We'll do this side first. I really don't expect to see any more Indiana Jones unless somebody's just moved one and set it somewhere. You think they'd all be in the same spot. Need to check Greenville too. Greenville and Bristol is usually the best two in my area. This one's pretty decent. The one in Kingsport's usually hit or miss. Not seeing anything else different right now. Got a lot of stuff. It's kind of the same old stuff. I don't know what they're going to do. These Eternals and Doctor Strange and Wakanda Forever figures. They need to clearance that junk or do something with it. Stand at the door and hand them out to customers. I don't know. That is a good Black Panther figure, though. Or Dennis Nedry from the Raptor set. There's the Insecticon, Supperceptor at the end cap down there, and there he is. We got a bunch of Johnny Lightnings. That one actually looks intriguing. Plymouth GTX. I do like that. Those red lines on it. How much are those things here? $4. I'm sure you know. Oh, they got X-Men sets. Sure you know, but actually, yeah, there it is. $10 for this. I haven't seen the X-Men figures in a while. There we go. Banshee, Gambit, and Psylocke, $20. Excellent 3-pack for just $20. I know they probably don't have one of the other 3-pack, but hey, if you don't look, you don't know. They're all Gambit, Banshee, and everybody. This is where I thought these would be, but they have obviously moved them to the spot on the other section over there. Well, I don't see any more, guys. Somebody's probably saying, you're overlooking it. I see it right there. After my poor self about overlooked it in the other aisle. What have we got over here? Do you believe in love? That's kind of cool. That song is playing very loudly, by the way. I'll have to edit that out, so you might not know why I'm singing that. That's why it's playing out of that speaker very loudly. Optimus Primal is cool. These are the ones I think that Action Figure Now found a sticker for $60. I think $20 is still a little bit excessive. Man, there's some more X-Men packs. Shang-Chi, Mossman, some more Fright features. Well, guys, I'm going to one more walkthrough with the camera off through here. I'm hoping I did not miss that Grail Knight, because I have not seen any more of the Indiana Jones style boxes. If anybody else saw it in here, shoot me a timestamp so I can go back and see where it was. Maybe get back out here one day next week and try to find it. There's some Legacy Edition Transformers. This guy is on top of my computer monitor in my office. How much are these? $6. Wow. I think like $1.99 or something. Well, that's a cool find. Let's go look around a little more and we'll get out of here. I haven't got down to this end cap, bunch of Ahsoka stuff there, but check this out. They got a bunch of those holiday troopers as well for $10. So Johnson City, Ross. Let's run inside the Dress for Less place here and see if we can get some toys for less. Alrighty, let's see what Ross has got. What is this? What is that? Project cables, tables. Oh, it's a nightlight. Oh, that's cool. Huh, that's kind of neat. How much is it? $6.99. Pretty white. Might want to look for that. Where's Michael Jordan? All-Star Pop. $8 for MJ. That Green Lantern truck. Got SpongeBob and Patrick. She-Hulk. What's over here? Some more pops. Naruto. Boruto from. Okay, no, it's different animes. Yep. Not an anime. Anime guys. Anime guys. Sorry. Squid Game. What if? The evil villains. Let's see. Star Wars ships. Asajj Ventress. TIE Fighter. I think they had some of those last weekend. All right, toyhaul is finally clear. There's some people down through here. Oh, where's a little horror pack? Set of 4 minifigures. $15. Anything? Let's see if anything made its way over to this side. There's those teddy bear things. I've never seen end caps of those at Walmart. I always thought Madison might like one of those. What do we got down through here? Mini Pops, Toy Story, Tech Deck, Slinky Dogs, Jokers, Metal Hawk, Donatello. Has Metal Hawk went down? Yeah, he's marked down to $9.99. Are these still $9? $8. They had Batman here last weekend. Actually, I think they might still have on the end caps, like him behind that cage. Play-Doh, Tech Deck. Kind of slim picking today, guys. There's a Hot Truck set, the Ahsoka head thing, Chainsaw Man, Inside Out 2, $6.99, little figure set. Minecraft Warden, they had a bunch of those last week. And yeah, there is Bale Batman. Well, guys, it looks like about it. That's kind of a cool little set. They got the Jordan Funko Pop. That was kind of fun to see. So there's a bunch of those little horror sets. I completely overlooked those the first time. Anywho, let's take some pictures and let's head somewhere else. Okay, we're in Best Buy in Johnson City. I'm giving time for graphics to clear. Let's go. What do we got here? There's Rat King. Still got some Naked Ronin here. They got this RoboCop poster series. I do hope we get some more of these from NECA. Been checking our social media to see if they announce any more of them. A lot of people complain this is a reissue or repaint of that RoboCop. I like that idea. I think that's pretty cool. There's Michelangelo, Commando Elvira. You got the suited, I just took out a figure, suited Leatherface that comes with the armadillo. You know you need the armadillo in your collection. There's Bio Exorcist Beetlejuice. Oh no, I dropped Michael Myers. He's gonna cut my toes off down here. Don't pick him up. Sorry, Mikey. Donnie's Hunchback Leo. That's a cool figure. I've got the black and white version in that 4-pack, but well, maybe I did get that on clearance. I don't remember if I bought that or not. I may have got that on Walmart clearance. There's Bert and Ernie. Man, people were doing some awesome fig photography with the Bert and Ernie figures. I mean, funny stuff. I can't remember now the main account that I followed that was doing it. And Seth Bayer was doing stuff with the count, and he was biting them and stuff, turning them into vampires. And I think Blade showed up. What's the fun of collecting toys? You don't play with them sometimes, right? Yeah, the Casey and the Phantom figure is very nice. They got a bunch of Van Helsings there. They got a bunch of those things back in there. I'm gonna crack that open eventually. That's on clearance. You can find it at Walmart still. Walmart's changing those shippers, guys. You've probably seen that by this point in this video already, but if you want those clearance figures, you better be getting them up. They'll probably pull them off the shelf here for too long. It's Beetlejuice. This is a nice figure as well, also $25 right now on that Walmart shipper. And they may mark those things down a little bit lower to get rid of them. Who knows? Lego Countach. I'll probably get that one and build it before I build that one. Got some of the baggies down there. Got some more good stuff there. Now this one I wouldn't mind to build. I remember actually having those. Now I thought those blew my mind when I was a kid. You can take a picture and the picture popped right out. Now nowadays it's ancient technology, but Mom and Dad had one of those that was like a highly technological piece of equipment back in the 80s and early 90s. I can remember the first digital camera I got my mom was like a 2.9 megapixel. That was one of the best ones you could buy at the time. Oh, how the times have changed. But anyways, there's enough reminiscing. We are done here in Best Buy, guys. I do see anything else, I'll show it to you. But if not, we're going to head out. Nothing new here today. They did have a good restock on some of their figures, but we'll check back here again next weekend. All right, my friends, let's take a look. There's a little bit of toy news going on. We're going to start with Haulathon, which is still going on at Target in the stores and also on the website. Here we go, guys. Drop number 5 happened last week. Keep in mind there's one more drop before we take a look at drop 5. The final drop number 6, will be this Friday, May the 16th at around 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to check for the whatever come out here in the final drop. But let's take a look at last Friday's drop. You can see here a little synopsis on the screen with Michael Myers, the black and white NECA turtle figures, and then a Hello Kitty plushie. So let's take a look at that first, if it's still available on here. Yep, the plushies usually don't sell out online here, so if this is something you're wanting to get, you can get this thing online right now. And also check your Target stores. $34.99 for the NECA Hello Kitty medium plush. Alright, now I gotta say, and you all probably seen this too, some of this stuff, it just went up on the website last week, has actually been in the Target stores for a while, and I'm going to give you a preview of what I find in my Friday toy hunt video this week. But Michael Myers here is also hitting Walmarts. I found 4 of these at my local Walmart this evening, so if you missed him at Target, keep a check on your Walmart stores. They're getting this Michael Myers figure as well. He is still in stock for shipping right now if you want to give him Target's website, and as of right now, it is 8:20 p.m. on May the 13th. So at the time of this video post on May the 14th, or whenever you watch it after that, he might be out of stock. But just check your Target website. If you can't find him there, check your Walmarts as well. They're starting to stock these things in their collector sections. The next part of drop number 5 is the black and white Foot Ninja Guard. These black and white figures look pretty good, I think. I'm skipping out on most of these, even though there is one that I really want, Mr. Casey Jones. Take a look at him here in a second. But usual price, $34.99. It's showing to be sold out for shipping, and in my area, it's showing limited stock at his Bristol store. But like I said, the Bristol store here in my area is tore all to pieces right now where they're remodeling, so I don't know where that figure would be there. But check your stores. They've been showing up a lot in store. If you want to get the thing and order it, you can click this little notification here where it will send you, if you've got a Target account, it'll send you an email whenever this does go back in stock on the website. It's a crapshoot with that. Sometimes it's accurate, sometimes it's not, but it is one way to try to track the thing down online. Speaking of Casey Jones, here he is, the black and white version of Casey Jones, $34.99. Also, the guys, this one's been showing up in stores already. I've seen him a couple of times in my area Targets out there hunting, so be sure to check in your stores if you did miss it online here. But he was an official part of Drop 5, even though, like I said, most or all of these figures have already been showing up in Target stores over the past few weeks. And to my knowledge, these are not Target exclusives, so these will also be hitting Walmart as well. This Target has first to market on these as part of the Haul-a-thon promotion. Our next one, another black and white figure here, is the Assassin, the Foot Assassin. And this guy's also seen him in stores. He's sold out here on the website as of the time of this recording, so you can check back on here to see if you get him back in stock. Your best bet, though, is going to be checking those stores, because like I said, you'll probably better chance of finding him there. And not trying to be a Debbie Downer on any of these figures, but I know the Casey Jones sold pretty quick, I will say, in my area, the stores I saw him at. But this guy here, the Foot Assassin, and then the Guard, they're still sitting in the stores that had them. There's still, I think, a couple of them in Kingsport, and there's some of them in Johnson City in my area this last week. So hopefully if you're trying to find these, they'll be a little bit easier to track down some of this other stuff. All right, now these next 2 things are not part of Haul-a-thon, but they did go up for order on Target's website today, and sadly one of them's already sold back out. And that is this one, Shredula. I was going to order this, guys. I saw it pop up online. Somebody posted it on Instagram. I missed it. Actually, I was at work. I didn't have a chance to get on there until I got off work, and it was already sold out. You can see I did sign up here for the notification. Now, guys, I haven't done any research on this, but I'm thinking there's like 3 different versions of this guy is what I have seen online. There's a version, I guess one variant, I guess you can find anywhere, I don't know. And then I think there's a Target exclusive and a Walmart exclusive, but I don't know that for sure. So if anybody watches this video, if you know that there are, in fact, 2 or 3 different versions of the Shredder as Dracula, if you don't care, let me know in the comments. That way I'll know what to look for out there. But I will be picking this one up. I thought when they first put this out that it was $40 or over $40, for a basic NECA figure. But then when it hit Target here, it was 30. Actually, Carlos T3 told me the other day it was only, regular $36.99. $35-36 here for a NECA figure. So I don't know, for that price, I kind of want to see it in person. I'm not going to say I won't order it online, but I kind of want to see it in person to make a final decision. But just looking here at some of the stuff that comes with him, I mean, looks like you got some pretty cool head sculpts and accessories there. So we may end up grabbing this guy, but I am going to try to find it in store before I break over and order it online. But
We'll see if he comes back in stock or not on the website here. All right, our next one we're going to look at here, $64.99. She is still in stock as of 8:27 p.m. on May the 13th. That is Casey Marie with the last Ronin motorcycle. This is probably one I will skip out on. Anybody that watches my channel knows I said I was going to try to go all in on the last Ronin stuff from NECA, but they just keep pumping out figures and figures and figures and figures, and I've decided to kind of back off of that. I'm getting way too much of my NECA shelf dominated by last Ronin, so this will be one I'll be skipping on, but nothing against the figure. It looks great, the bike looks great and all that. I don't know if it's any kind of reuse on this bike or not for anything they had done previously, but it looks pretty good there from the paint and all that, from the pictures of it. And I'm sure the figure's quality. Most of the time NECA does a very, very good job with their figures. Only issues I've ever had with NECA, and it's not been, I didn't end up in a breakage or anything, but sometimes the joints, like the elbow joints and the knee joints and stuff, will be a little bit stiff on them. But with my experience, I've never had to heat them up. I've never had to like soak them in water. Most of the time you sit there and you just kind of slowly work it. You can work that stuff out. But NECA always does, in my opinion, a good job on their figures. So this one is available now at Target if you do want to pick it up. And I have seen a lot of people already seeing her and seeing Shredula here in stores. So if you don't get them on the website, check your Target stores and your collector sections, see if you can find it there. One more thing with NECA, their Instagram account, they did give a preview of one figure that will be part of the online order this Friday, the 16th of May, for the final haul-a-thon drop. This is another figure that's already been hitting stores here for quite a while, but the Dark Leonardo. This is actually one I have not seen yet. I've seen some of the haul-a-thon stuff hit in my area, but I have not seen Dark Leonardo yet. This is not one I'm wanting to pick up, but if you've not been able to find him in store, make sure you check Target's website this Friday, the 16th of May at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, because he will go up for pre-order at that time. Hopefully you can get one from the website if you haven't been able to find him in store. So, all right, Toddy Mac. We've actually got a Toddy Mac announced pre-order here. First one in a couple of weeks, but you got a Marvel 1/10 scale posed figure, statue, thingy, whatever. You got a Black Panther that's going up for pre-order on May the 21st at select retailers. That'll probably be Big Bad, GameStop, Amazon, let's see, Entertainment Earth, all those places like that where usually it's online retailers that sell McFarlane. And then we should see this in stores as well, you know, GameStops, Targets, Walmarts, all that good stuff eventually. But these Marvel pose figures, the more I've gotten into them, the more I look at them, I think they're nice. The price now, I think they're up around, what, 30 bucks, 30, 39, 30, 31 bucks at Target. They're still $29.99 at Walmart for now. We'll have to see what happens with that. But they do look good. I got to say, I've got a couple of them here. I'm looking more forward to the Punisher one that's coming, the 6-scale Punisher. I was really hoping we would get an announcement on that soon, but when it goes up for pre-order. But no disrespect to the Black Panther here. He is going up for pre-order on May the 21st, and this statue is based on the cover, or I guess a scene or a panel or something, from Marvel Knights number 4 cover. If I just would have looked at that before I started babbling, I would have saw that. But once again, goes up for pre-order May the 21st, and McFarland Toys usually does their pre-orders at around noon Eastern Standard Time. So, all right, last week we talked about the in-stock sale for storehorseman.com. That is still alive. They do have a bunch of stuff actually still available as the time I'm recording this video. It's now 8:31 p.m. on May the 13th, but you can see here what they got. They did sell out. This is something I was kind of curious about, but I didn't order it. They had a bunch of different parts. Now, they did not guarantee you would get everything of the same color, but you bought this little $99 set here, and you got enough parts to put together and make at least 3 figures. I think that would have been fun, trying to match it up the best you can, but once again, I skipped out on it. I did get online and see it before it sold out. I just didn't order it, but sadly, that one has sold out. That probably been a little fun thing could have got. Kelly likes the pop and swap aspect of this, so that could have been something we could have done, but I missed out on it. Have to try it again next time they offer that, but you do have the all-in on Ganesha still available. The figure only is still available. That's the latest figure Obscura. The pen sold out, still got the mug, and you can see some of the figures here they still got. Now keep in mind, by the time you watch this video, some more of this stuff might be out of stock. I did get some emails today stating that the Toylanta exclusive here, and then the Zolocon exclusive, the Warrior Beast Headhunter, and the ATL 25 were starting to get in low stock. So if you're wanting those and you go to this site and you see they're still in stock, you might want to go ahead and pull the trigger on those if you're wanting to pick them up for your collection, because according to that email, they may be selling out soon. But you can see the rest of the stuff they've got here. I didn't get anything from this, guys. I was going to order another Romulus here, and I was going to get Maybe the, I can't pronounce that, Zalarian Guard or whatever. I thought he looked pretty cool, but I decided to wait. You know, more than likely Kelly and I will be going to Ishcon this weekend where the Four Horsemen are going to be there, and I want to wait and see what they actually have. And there's going to be several other vendors there who are authorized Four Horsemen retailers, so we'll see what they have down there. I may pick some stuff up at Ishcon before I want to order it here offline, but you can see the other stuff they got, and I'm actually surprised there's still a good amount of this stuff is still in stock. You got some Cosmic Legions starting to come in down here, some hand packs and all that stuff. But they do have their in-stock sale going on here. They have, I guess, restocked their in-stock page on their website. And then you got 2 pages, you got some more on the other side. This is some of the stuff that kind of trickled over from the last in-stock sale with the Armory Knights and Garrich, or whatever his name is there, and Gaspar. And then you got some more pieces and figures down through here. One that I picked up I really like is Waltor. I was tempted to get another. I think you got, what, 3 heads with him? So you can do 3 different configurations. I wouldn't mind to have a couple more of him eventually if he stays in stock for a while to mess around with those. And there's Demetrius, or whatever his name is. I wouldn't care to pick that one up one of these days. But if you're interested in getting any Four Horsemen stuff, guys, check out storehorseman.com. Click up here on the in-stock section. It'll take you to these pages, and you can see what they currently have in stock for order. One sale item I wanted to point out, I did not know that McFarland Toys had this on sale. I don't know what the shipping would be. If anybody buys from McFarland Toys, I'm assuming the shipping would be outrageous on these things, as big as the boxes are. But just looking at the price of the vehicles here, you can get both of these Batwings, the animated series one and the one from the Flash, the Keaton one from the Flash movie, for $100 each. That is a very good price. It just depends on what the shipping would be on here, because like I said, McFarland Toys, they can be a little bit rough on their shipping costs, but I was really surprised to see that. I think I paid, when I bought the Batwing there for the Flash after from a third party from a seller at a toy show, I think I paid more than $200 just for that Batwing. So you can get them both there, $199.99. Hopefully the shipping's not too rough on them if anybody wants to grab these things, but they've been on here now for about a week, because I think I listened to the No Shield podcast with Salmon and T3 here, I want to say like a week ago or so, and they were talking about it. And then I looked at it tonight, and it's still in stock. So if you want those Batwings, check McFarland Toy Store and keep your fingers, eyes, and toes crossed so shipping doesn't break you up when you try to check out with it. Alright guys, one more thing to close us out here. This weekend is Ishcon in Durham, North Carolina. You got it started. It starts actually on Friday evening, but the main show starts Saturday from 10 to 5, and then Sunday it goes from 10 o'clock and wraps up at 4 p.m. It is at the Durham Convention Center on 301 West Morgan Street in Durham, North Carolina. This will be my 2nd year going. I'm hoping Kelly and I get to go. We're planning on going right now, but I don't know what's going to come up here around the end of the week. It might knock us out of it, but it was a great show last year. It was a smaller show, and by saying that, it's no disrespect to it, but you compare it to like a Toylanta or a Retro Toy Con, it was a lot smaller, a lot calmer, just a lot of fun, a lot of good stuff there, a lot of good vendors, a lot of good people, and it's going to be bigger this year than it was last year, because I know he's got Valaverse and some other vendors coming this year, weren't there last year, but you do have here the schedule. You got a haul swap on the 16th from 5 to 11. That's I guess the official kickoff of the show before the actual show starts. The show starts at 10 a.m. on the 17th. You got raffles. You got a painting workshop, Q&A with Bobby Vala. You have an auction night from 5:30 to 6:30. That's pretty cool. Win some rare toys. Then a hallway swap on 5/18, a panel with D-Mazing. You got a bingo night there on the 18th as well, starting at 1 p.m. on Sunday. I think Kelly was kind of looking forward to that if we do end up getting to stay till Sunday. And you look at your tickets here, a one-day pass, $10. A weekend pass, $15. $10 for a bingo card. Veterans and 12 and younger kids get in for free. So a very cost-effective show, and they're going to have some good. I mean, look at the vendors here. So you can zoom in on this if you need to. But Bricks and Minifigs, Four Horsemen, Animal Warriors of the Kingdom, Valaverse, One Oak Custom, Savage Crucible. I mean, going to be a Uru Toys, Grindhouse Toys. A lot of good independent toy companies are going to be there. So really hoping we get to go. If we do have to miss it this year, I'll definitely be back there next year. But hoping we can at least get down there at least for Saturday and check out Ishcon. But if you're in that Durham, North Carolina area, make sure you check out the show. Well, hello there, everyone. My name is Chris. I am the Man Collects. I want to say thank you for taking your time to watch this video here on YouTube. If you did like it, do me a favor, hit that like button. Number one, guys, before we get into any kind of wrap up here, I want to send some thoughts, prayers, and well wishes to a good friend of the channel, Mr. Scott Berry. Got a little health issues going on there. If anybody watched the Spice Runners Lounge live stream on Friday nights, I'm sure you know who Scott is, avid Star Wars fan. Him and Janine, his wife, you know, they do a lot on YouTube in the Star Wars community. Been good people that I've met through this experience. But Scott, buddy, here is wishing you a healthy and happy and speedy recovery. Hope you guys get back on there. And I can't wait. When you come back on Spice Runners Lounge, I'm going to be in the chat that night. Hopefully I know you're going to be on there, so I can welcome you back to that show. But hope you're doing well. If you guys need anything, be sure to reach out to me. All right, everybody, let's wrap this up. We got some stuff here we did get in the mail. Number one, friend of the channel, T3 Collects, he did send me some stuff. I bought one of these figures off of him during his little fire sale he was having, plus he threw a couple of freebies in. So let's show the freebies first. This is something, I didn't know what this was first saw it in the box. I have never owned a mini pop. He sent me a mini pop of Deadpool, so that's pretty cool. It's the first one I ever had. I've got the one he sent me, the Wasp Chase. You can't see it on camera. It's back here on this shelf, but I'm going to set that right on top of the pop protector. I've got that Wasp Chase spin, sir, so it'll be sitting back there on display. This one caught me by surprise. I only saw this figure one time in GameStop, and when I saw it, the entire back of the box had been cut. I guess when he opened the shipper box it was in or whatever, they cut the box. But he sent me the, what is this, Dark Avengers Warbirds. That's pretty sweet. So I did pick up Dakin here a couple weeks ago. Now I've got Warbirds, got a couple of members of the Dark Avengers roster. I think the Warbird figure, the Target exclusive, and this one, they did very well on these. So, buddy, thank you, Carlos. I did not expect that to be in the box. That is sweet. That's actually going to put it on the shelf over there beside where I've got that retro card wave sitting and my other Warbirds. We'll get that put over there in the Marvel Legends collection. And then the reason you have not seen me buy this figure when I found it at Walmart, right there we go, guys. The last one I needed to fully complete this wave. Now I got a wave of the chases and I got a wave of the commons of the Justice League Task Force wave. I know this one got crapped on a lot for the cell shading. The Superman head sculpt, it was pretty funny, I gotta say, on there. But like I said, loved this video game back in the day for Super Nintendo, Justice League Task Force. So I wanted to get the figures. I said I wasn't getting the chases, but then I started trying to get the chases as well. So now we got them both. The best pre-order I got in today, though, I gotta say, I did get this from GameStop. Yes, it was $26.99, but for a character like this, I am willing to pay more because I think once this goes to secondary market, you're not going to get anywhere near that price, and that is the Cyborg Superman. This went up on GameStop's site. Actually, shout out to Camp Crystal Lake Collector. He messaged me on Instagram to let me know this was up for pre-order. So I did put a pre-order in with them just to make sure I did get one of these figures. I was nervous getting it from GameStop because in the past, stuff I've gotten from GameStop has come in not in the best condition, but they did good on this. The box is in good shape. It doesn't have any nicks or dings in it. So glad to have Cyborg here secured for the collection. And just looking at him in package, he looks great. Let me get him a little closer to the camera there, so you can check him out. I mean, I think the paint looks good on him. The split face there. The body's good, big and beefy like Cyborg should be. Just an awesome looking figure. If I do find another one of these, I will get another one to open. But this one will definitely be staying in package until I do find another one to get secured in the collection. And then the last thing I've got here tonight, guys. You watched one of my videos here a while back on the Astro Boy Fantasy set. Hopefully you watched it, but Fantasy did send over another set we're going to be doing for an episode of the Man Builds. They sent me 85021, their new steampunk airship. So I'm going to get back from Ishcon. I want to try to start working on this. I'm hoping in about a week or so I can get it put on the channel. I don't know how many pieces it is, but this box is freaking huge. This is going to be a good size set. That's going to take me a little while working on it, an hour or so in the evenings to get put together. But as soon as I get it assembled, I will have a video on it on the channel for one of the Man Builds episodes. I haven't done one in a while, so I need to get one out. But everyone, that is it. Let's now do social media plugs for the Man Collects with Instagram. Description of this video, about page on YouTube, splash on the screen. I'll show you ways to find me on Instagram. Look me up on there, give me a follow, send me a message should you choose to. Then we got the YouTube channel, The Man Collects. If you're that first time viewer, or you're the viewer that's came back several times and you have not yet subscribed, consider clicking subscribe to The Man Collects to see what comes down the pipe here on YouTube. Everybody, middle of the week, getting closer to that weekend. Hope you're having a great week, and I will see you the next time the man comes around.